Very good morning, students. I'm Dr. D. Anita Kumari, Associate Professor of School of Management Studies, Wales Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies, Chennai. In today's class, we are going to discuss about special contract. Under this special contract, we are going to discuss the following topic. Contract of indemnity, section 144 and 125. Contract of guarantee, 126 to 147. Contract of bailment, section 148 to 181. And contract of pledge. So before moving to the topic, let us see the objectives of this special contract. To say the meaning of contract of special contract, to know the various types of special contract, to identify the essential elements of special contract, to understand the rights, duties of the special contract holder, to acquire the knowledge of the bailment, pledge, and the indemnity. Bailment. So what is called bailment? Bailment is derived from the French word. It means bailem is to deliver. So, but in law, it refers to the contract which results from the delivery of goods. In contract of bailment, only the possession is passed, not the ownership. So, students, what is called bailment? When one person handovering the possession of the goods to another person for the purpose of adding the value to the goods is called as a bailment. The person who is handovering the goods to another person is called as a bailer, whereas the person who is receiving the possession of the goods is called as a bailee. So according to the English author David A.G. Sari, bailment is the delivery of goods by one person called bailer to another called the bailee on the condition that the same goods shall be re-delivered by the bailee to or on the direction by the bailer. For example, if A give his car to B, his neighbor, for 10 days, but at the same time he keeps the one key of his with himself, and during this period of 10 days he used to take the car. Now this will not be case of a bailment as A is keeping control over the property bail. Students, under the Bailment Act, the particular bailer, he has to hand over the possession of the goods wholly. In case if he is handling the goods, or if he is partially having the some custody of the goods, in the sense it will not consider as a bailment. So these are the essentials of contract of bailment: contract, delivery of goods, change of possession, purpose of delivery, number of parties, rights of ownership, change of form, goods in possession of bailee, re-delivery of goods, and rights of reward. What is called contract? So an agreement enforceable by law is called as a contract. The first condition in the bailment is there must be a contract between two parties. Who are the two parties under the bailment? Bailer and bailee. So delivery of a goods. This contract is sale for the delivery of some movable goods from one person. That means from bailer to the bailee. Okay. So change of possession. So here the possession of a goods is transferred to the bailee for certain period. Okay. So here the ownership of the goods is transferred from one person to another person. That is called change of possession. Then purpose of delivery. For what purpose the bailer is handing the goods to the bailee? For adding the value or some other purpose. So always the change of possession under the bailment carries some purpose. Number of parties. There are two parties under the bailment. Who are they? Bailer and bailee. Right of ownership. As I told you that under the bailment, only the possession of the goods is transferred, not the ownership, right? So here the ownership is with the owner. That means who is the owner? The bailer. Change of form. See, initially I'm handovering the possession of the goods to the bailee for the purpose of adding some value to the goods. Here, at the time when I'm handovering goods to the particular bailee, the form of goods will be different, whereas the bailee will be re-delivering the goods in a finished state. That is called change of form. Goods in possession of bailee. So the delivery of the goods is not essential if the goods are already in the possession of the person who entered into the contract of bailee. Okay, for example, I went to one shop, textile shop or boutique shop. There, the boutique shop itself, some tailors are there. So I bought some goods. I bought some saris, but I hand over the sari to the same shop person to do for further stitching of alteration or blouse or whatever it is. In this situation, goods in a position of bailee only, because the particular textile itself, they are having the bailee, I mean the tailor. So they will be adding the value to the goods. So in day-to-day transaction, every day we are sometime entering in a contract with someone else. So for example, just we used to hand over our unstitched cloths raw cloths to the tailor for stitching purpose. We'll be giving our requisition that you have to stitch like this. We'll be giving a measurement. We'll be choosing the design, and we'll be asking the particular tailor to do stitching based on a requirement. These are all is called as a bailment. Okay. Redelivery of goods. Under such contract, the goods is redelivered to the tailor according to his the instruction and direction. Then rights of reward. So once the bailee has completed his task, then it is a duty of the bailiff to provide a reasonable reward, which is promised at the time of a bailment. There are basically three types of bailment: sole benefit of the bailer, sole benefit of the bailee, mutual bailment. So sole benefit of bailer in the sense, when the portion of the goods is given to the bailee only will utilize, enjoy the benefit of the goods. For example, I'm giving my unstitched clothes to the tailor. Even though the tailor has completed his task, he could not able to use it, right? He will return back the goods to me. Then I will start to utilize it. So who enjoy the benefit of the particular goods is a bailer here. That is called sole benefit of the bailer. Sole benefit of the bailee. One of my friend is asking car for 2 days. So I'm handovering my car to my friend. So who is enjoying the benefit of the car? My bailee, the person who's receiving the goods, right? So students, we have to very clear under the types of bailment, the benefit is enjoyed by whom? Is based on that only it is categorized. Okay. Mutual bailment. When the two person, the bailer as well as the bailee, enjoy the benefit of the goods, that is called mutual bailment. Kinds of bailment. Apart from the three category, there are certain kinds of bailment. First one is bailment for safe custody. That means when one person handovering goods to another person, bailee, for keeping it for some period for safe custody purpose. That is called as a bailment for safe custody. A deliver his camera to B and to keep it in a safety custody for 6 months. This will be the bailment for safe custody. I can give you some other example also. I need to go some out of station. So for that purpose, I'm handovering my pet, maybe the puppy. I'm giving my pet to one of my neighbor. I requested him to take care of the puppy for next 1 month. So this is called bailment for safe custody. Bailment for use. If the bailer deliver the goods to the bailee to use it, the bailment will be bailment for use. Example, A deliver his bicycle to B to use it for 2 days. This will be example of bailment for use. Even you can give an example. You are handovering your books to one of your friend for a study purpose during the examination. Okay, here you are handovering books to your bailee for utilization purpose. That is called bailment for use. Bailment for reward. So bailment for reward in the sense where the bailment is for the use or for the safe custody, and the bailer and the bailee use its services, then it will be a case of a bailment. For example, A deliver his bicycle to B to use it for 2 days. For that purpose, he is charging ₹50. In this case, the money is transferring, right? So whenever one person is handovering goods to another person, that means when the bailer is handovering the portion of the goods to the bailee and collecting some reward or some money, that is called bailment for reward. Next one, gratuitous bailment, where the bailment is for safe custody or for use and bailee does not charge anything. The bailment is bailment for gratuitous. Example, A delivering his bicycle to his friend B to use it for 2 days without any reward. It will be the case of gratuitous bailment. So here in this gratuitous bailment, the bailer will be handovering the goods to the bailee for the purpose of some personal use. For that, you are not charging any money. So students, be clear. If you are going to collect any money or reward from the bailee for the purpose of utilization of your portion of the goods, that is called bailment for reward. Whereas if you are not going to collect any money just for personal use or due to relationship, if you are handovering your goods to the bailee, that is called gratuitous bailment. Payment for lost goods. So what is called payment for lost goods? Sometimes the person who find the goods which is lost, for that purpose he took a goods and he handed over to the bailer, in the sense that is called payment for lost goods. A found the lost horse B and re-delivered to B. It will be the bailment for lost goods. Do you understand? For example, sometimes we used to see in the newspaper, right? I lost this goods, I lost my property. If somebody bring it, I will reward it. That is called bailment for loss. Then bailment for pledge. When any movable goods are given as a security for debt or creditor by the debtor, it will be bailment for pledge until the repayment. Okay, example, A gets a loan B and hands over his B security until repayment of loan. Usually, if you are handovering your goods to somebody else for the purpose of money, that will come under pledge. We will see in the next topic. Bailment and pledge. Bailment and pledge is somewhat similar. Okay, so pledge in the sense where you are handovering your goods, your portion of the goods for the purpose of getting money. That is called pledge. So, for example, we might be knowing very well whenever we are in some financial problem, we used to mortgage our gold, right? We used to mortgage our gold, land, or any kind of important document, valuable things. Okay, important, important items or whatever it is, we will mortgage, right? That is called as a pledge. Whereas bailment is different. Bailment in the sense you are handovering your goods to someone else to add up the value for that. Then they will be redelivering the goods to you. Here, the portion of the goods only transfer, the ownership is not transfer. Okay. So here, bailer is the person who gives the product, bailee is the person who takes the portion of the goods. The transaction between the bailer and bailee is called as a bailment. Examples are hiring a bicycle, giving a cloth to the tailor, and delivering watch for repair. So two parties in a bailment, bailer who gives a product and bailee who takes a product. So these things we have. Then another the basic two kinds of bailment. Gratuitous, non-gratuitous. Already I told you, gratuitous in the sense when you are handovering your portion of the goods to one of your friends, for that you are not collecting any money. If you are giving any product to the bailee for the utilization purpose, for that if you are not going to reward anything or if you're not going to charge anything, that is called gratuitous. Whereas non-gratuitous in the sense it is like a some commercial purpose. When you are handovering your goods or handovering your product to somebody else, and after you for the purpose of utilization or for the purpose of service, you are charging something. That is called non-gratuitous. For example, I have a some hiring cycle shop. So in this case, for every hour, I'm charging 100 rupees for hiring a cycle license. That is called non-gratuitous payment. The person who is taking a cycle, the only the portion of the goods is transferred for temporary period. Then they will be redelivering the goods to the particular owner. So difference between the sales and the bailment. Under the sale of contract, the ownership will be transferred. So when the buyer buys some product, once he give a money, immediately the ownership transfer under the sale of goods at 1930. Whereas under the bailment, here ownership is not transferred. Instead of that, only the portion of the goods is transferred from one person to another person. So duties of the bailee, who is called as a bailee? The person who is taking a portion of the goods. So take a reasonable care of the goods, not to make any unauthorized use of goods, not to mix goods with its own goods, duty to return goods, not doing any act consistent with the terms of bailment, and returning any profit. So returning any profit. So what do you mean by this? So whenever the person who is handovering the goods, whenever the owner is handovering the goods to the bailee, he has to take care with almost care. Because if, for example, I bought some valuable cloth for stitching purpose, I hand over this cloth to the tailor. Okay, so I have given clear instruction that since it is a very costly cloth, please take care of it. You should not do anything. Please take care of it. Or you should not do any, you should not mingle this product with your own goods or some other person's good like that. I'm giving instruction. That is called to take a reasonable care of goods, not to make any unauthorized use of goods. That means if I'm handing the goods to the bailee in the sense, the ownership is of the goods is mine only, right? They should not earn any secret profit or they should not mix up with any kind of goods. As well as one the task has done at the time of promise, whatever instruction is given by the tailor, if it is fulfilled, then it is a duty of the bailee to return the goods to the particular owner. I'm not doing any act inconsistent with the term of bailment. Okay, then returning any profit. Then, for example, I have given a cloth. For example, I bought some unstitched cloth from the Raymond shop. I have given to the tailor. I just informed him after 10 days I will come and collect it. Okay. So due to my personal situation, I could not go to the particular shop or collect a coat and shoe. But I informed to the tailor that okay, yeah, due to some emergency purpose, I am out of station now. I will come and collect it later on. But what this Bailey, the tailor, has done in the sense, without my knowledge, he left my stitched cloth, Raymond coat shoot cloth for rental purpose. Okay, this is not fair. This is void completely. Okay, so the particular Bailey should not involve in any kind of act which is against the bailment as well as the bailer. So rights and duties of the bailer and bailee. First one, to put bailee into the position. See, whenever to deliver the delivery to be bailee may be made during by doing anything which has the effect of putting the goods in the position of the intended bailer. Any person authorized to hold themselves in behalf. That means what is that? I'm handovering the position of the goods to the bailee. So he has to take care of it. Then to disclose the material fault. For example, when I'm handovering the goods to the particular bailee, in case if the particular goods is having some fault, or if there is any kind of some harmful effort or something is there in my product, I need to clearly communicate this information to the bailee. Okay, before starting his work, I need to communicate all the information about my product to the bailee. Why? Because if anything occurs because of my you know uh, my hidden information, then it is the duty of the particular bailer to take care of the compensation. Okay, example, A lend a horse which he knows to be vicious to B. He doesn't disclose this fact and the horse is vicious. The horse run away. B is thrown and injured. A is responsible to B for the damage sustained. Okay, so to pay expenses of bailment, so as I told you that when I hand over the goods to the position of the goods to the bailee, in the sense, once he has completed his respective task, I need to pay for it. That is called to pay expenses of bailment. To indemnify the losses. The indemnity means promise to make a good to the loss. According to the section 959, Indian Act 1872, bailer has a duty to indemnify the loss suffered by the bailee under the Contract Act. So to pay the damage for non-disclosure act. So what is that? If a bailer does not make any disclosure to the bailee fault in the goods bailed, he is responsible for the damage arising the bailee directly from the fault. What do you mean by this? Example, A lend a horse, same thing. Again and again, I'm telling you, it is the duty of the bailer to communicate all the relevant information. He should not hide any information about the particular portion of the goods when he is handovering to the bailee. Why? Because if anything occurs, then he has to take care of the losses. For example, I'm having a car. I'm giving my car for the uh, for service purpose to the some workshop, automobile workshop. I know very well that my from past 10 days, there is some problem, some major problem is which is occurring in my car. There is a chance for major accident. Maybe some problem, automatic problem is there. Okay, so in this case, I need to communicate all the relevant information to my bailee before handovering the goods to him. If I hide those information, but after handovering the goods, if some accident occur or if any kind of a injured occur to the particular bailee due to my goods or my product, then being a owner of the goods, I am responsible for that. To pay damages for defect in bailer's title, when I hand over the goods to the bailee, because of my poor performance or due to some defect in my product, if anything happens to the bailee, then it is a responsible of the bailer to take care of the compensation. Rights of bailer. So as of now, we have seen rights and duties of the bailer. That means duties of the bailer we have seen. Now we are going to see rights of bailer. As such, Indian Contract Act 1872 does not provide a right for the bailer, but some time he is having certain right. Enforcement of bailee's duty. What do you mean enforcement of bailee's duty? At the time of entering the contract with the bailee, what are the instructions we are giving? We can insist a particular bailee to follow it. For example, I hand over the unstitched cloth to the tailor. I asked him, I have some festival in my, we have some festival and we have some function at my family. I need the goods to be stitched within 3 days. I have given a clear instruction. Even he has agreed. But at the end of the third day, if I after I inquired the position of the goods and status of the goods, what I have given to him, if he is not saying no, 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 still is this in a stitching process, it yet to complete in the sense, then I can ask him. Okay, that is called enforcement of bailee's duty. Whenever we are handovering goods to the bailee, we as a bailer we have a full right to ask the bailee to complete the task as per the instruction or as per the promise whatever we have entered at the time of the contract. For example, if X deliver a suit length to Y, his tailor to stitch suit for him, a bailer will see that tailor does not needful in design manner. That's what I told you now. Then right to claim damages. In all case of bailment, the bailer has the right to claim for damages against the loss if any cost to the goods bailed due to the bailey's negligence or misconduct. For example, same, I have given some cloths to the tailor. Due to his carelessness, he mingled the cloth with somebody's cloth and then he missed mine, the owner of the goods. Okay. So in case if he misplaced my cloth somewhere or he had wrongly delivered my cloth to somebody else in the sense, what I can do? Being a owner of the goods, I'm having a right to claim damages. Right to terminate the contract. If the bailee does not comply with the terms of contract or act is negligent manner, in such case, the bailer has the right to resign the contract. What do you mean with it? For example, as I told you that I have given my unstitched clause to the bailee, then I have given a clear instruction that I have some family function. You have to stitch the clause and return back to me within 3 days. But after 3 days, when I went and inquired about my cloth, I came to know that he has not started it the particular work. Okay, he has not started it to do stitching or he has not done cutting of my cloth. Nothing has done so far. So what I can do? I can terminate the contract with the bailee. Right to claim compensation. So, for example, as I told you that I hand over the goods to the unauthorized person, that means to the bailee, for the purpose of adding a value or whatever it is. If he does something because of that, if any kind of a damage occurs to my product, then being a bailer, I have a full right to claim for compensation. A good example for this situation: A let B use his car, but with condition that shall drive. Yeah, only B allows. So in this case, A is a no. He has given a key of a car to the B, and he has given a clear instruction that, see, I'm believing you because I know about you. So I'm giving this car key only for the utilization of yourself. That means you only has to drive. But without the knowledge of A, B hand over the car key to see one of his friend. He let him to drive due to some some personal issue or whatever it is. That particular car met an accident. So now who is responsible? B is only responsible. Bailee only is responsible. Why? Because here A doesn't know the C. This is a bailment occurred between A and B. A is a bailer and B is a bailee. A hand over the goods to the B only, not to the C. As well as he has given a clear instruction. But just by ignoring that instruction, B has hand over the goods to the C in the sense who is responsible for that? B only. Right to demand the return goods. That means once whenever you enter in a contract with one person under the contract of payment, once they finish the goods, they have to return back. Okay, in case if they are not going to do so, it is a duty, it is a right of the principal to ask. Next, right to demand return of the goods along with the accretion to, if any. So what do you mean by that? For example, uh, if you hand over some goods to some bailee, after some period, if anything additional advantages is added in the sense, you can get it back along with the advantages, whatever it is there added. Example, A leaves his brooding hen in his custody of B to be taken care of for 1 week. The hen has hatched the chick. A is entitled not only to hen, but also to the chicks. Okay, do you understand? Next one. Duty to return the goods on the fulfillment of the purpose. So Bailey's duty to bound to return the goods once the purpose is achieved on the expiry of the period. So in case if the bailment is occurred between two parties, based on some period. Once the period got over, the particular bailer having full rights to ask the goods back. Duty to deliver the bailer increase or profit, if any, on the goods bailed. That means a bailee has a duty to return the goods along with the increase or profit to subject to the contract of contract in bailment. See the example here. A leaves a cows in the custody of B, and cows gives birth to the calf. Then B's duty bound to hand over the bailed goods along with the application to the particular aggression to the bailer. So you can understand, right? So one person is a bailer. He left a cow for the custody of B uh, for 1 month. Within this 1 month, the cow gives birth to the calf. So it is a duty of the bailee to hand over the cow along with the calf. Okay. Rights of bailee. So as of now, we have seen the duties and rights of bailer. Now we are going to see the rights of bailee. So right to recover the expenses. So now we have to think from the bailee point of view. That means tailor. Okay. So in day-to-day activities, we used to see tailor, right? He is the best example for bailee. So right to recover expenses. In the contract of bailment, the bailee incur expenses to ensure the safety of goods and the bailee. For example, once the bailee has completed his task, he can return the goods and get a expenses or reward whatever he had done for that. Try to recover compensation. That means that already I told you, being owner of the goods, the bailer should not hide any information which is related to the goods before handing to the products to the bailee. If he is going to hide any information, because of that, if any kind of an injury happened to the bailee, then the bailee is having full rights to get a recovery for the compensation occurred. Right to lien. So what do you mean right to lien? Right to lien in the sense, bailee has the right to overlien. That means when mean that if the bailer failed to make a payment of the remuneration, does not pay the amount due, the bailee has a right to keep the goods bailed in his possession till the time debtor due are cleared. Do you understand? For example, I have given a clause to the tailor for stitching purpose. I have given around 10 saris. I have given an instruction to the bailee for stitching the sari as along with the blouse with the designs, everything. The cost was around, after she has completed all the work, the cost was around 4,000 rupees. So in this situation, I have given only 2,000. I had to give 2,000 in the sense here, the bailee is having full rights to retain the portion of the goods. That is called right to line. So right to line in the sense, when the bailee is not received the full amount which is promised by the bailer, he is having full rights to retain the goods. Next, right to suit against the wrongdoer. That means what is called wrongdoer. After the goods have been bailed, any third party deprive the bailee of the use such goods, then the bailer can bring an action against the third party. Termination of bailment. So, and what are the way the bailment will comes to end? The contract of bailment can be terminated by any of the following: accomplishment of the purpose, expiry of time, death of the parties, and bailee's inconsistent act. So, what do you mean by this, students? They already in the last class we have seen the termination of agency, termination of a contract. See, whatever may be the act, there are certain basic topic will be like essential elements, then formation, then types, as well as rules to be followed. At last, termination. Okay. So being a student, we should always learn all the aspects in each and every contract, in each and every act. Okay. So now in this topic, we have seen what is called bailment, who is a bailer, who is a bailee, as well as what are the types of bailment is there, what are the duties and rights of the bailer, what are the duties and rights of the bailee. So the last topic is termination of the bailment. So what is called termination? In what are the way the bailment will comes to end. Okay, so this is the end of the particular bailment. So accomplishment of the purpose. For what purpose you hand over the goods to the bailee? If the purpose is completed, if the purpose is fulfilled, automatically the bailment will comes to end. Next, expiry of time. So what is called expiry of time? If the bailment is created for the based on some period, if the time exceeds, automatically the bailment will comes to end. Death of the parties. In case if any one party, either bailer or bailee, dies unexpectedly, then automatically the termination of bailment will occur. Then bailee is inconsistent act. A contract of bailment is voidable at the opinion of bailee does any act with regard to the goods bailed with the condition of the bailment. So these are all the way the bailment will comes to end. So this is one case study is given here, the real case study. Vishalakshmi versus Kaliyaperumal. So this is a case study is about Vishalakshmi and Kaliyaperumal. So what is that in the sense? The Vishalakshmi is a customer and the Kaliyaperumal is a goldsmith. Vishalakshmi, the customer, she hand over the raw gold to the goldsmith Kaliyaperumal, and she requested the goldsmith to make us an ornament. She used to carry the raw gold, and she used to sit along with the goldsmith, and she will be seeing all the entire process of making the ornament. Okay, in presence of her only, the goldsmith was doing all the alteration, all the making of the ornament. After 3 to 4 days, what happened? She was, she was fighting with the goldsmith that she was giving some statement that I have given a raw gold worth of this much gram, maybe 50 gram. But after you completed this ornament, this is very less weight. So you only did something. That means you did some, malpractice, or you have done some, some alteration in the code or something. Then she what happened? She filed a case. She sued against the Kaliyaperumal, the goldsmith. Then this case was handled in the court. Then at last the judgment is favor to the goldsmith. Why? In the sense, this all the ornament making process is done in front of Vishalashmi only. So every day she used to carry the gold, and she will be sitting along with the goldsmith, and she was doing all the things. So okay, so there was no any chance for the goldsmith to do any kind of a malpractice, something else. At last, the case is favor to the Kaliyaperumal. So this is a best case study example which is related to the bailment.